Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to YAZAR podcast. I'm here to review AEW Revolution. Revolution took place just yesterday night. This pay-per-view, the first half was garbage, the second half was pretty good. So let's get right into it. The buy-in, it had Thunder Rosa and Riho versus Maka Ito and Britt Baker. The finish of this match, I believe Britt Baker and Maki Ito won in the buy-in. So that's that. The first match of the pay-per-view, opening in the pay-per-view, was the Young Bucks. What's going on now? The Young Bucks versus MJF and Chris Jericho. This match was nothing special. If you've seen a Young Bucks match, you've seen a Young Bucks match. I honestly thought the Young Bucks should have lost the championships because they've done absolutely nothing with the titles. And if Jericho and MJF win it, at least we'll have an entertaining tag team win the titles. But they did not win, so the Bucks retained their titles against MJF and Chris Jericho. And that was that. The tag team battle royale with almost 15 tag teams. Bear Country, the Gun Sons, Proud and Powerful, all of the Dark Order, Pac and Ray Phoenix, and a couple other people. Towards the end, it was Jungle Boy, Ray Phoenix, and Pac. I wanted Proud and Powerful to win this, but that did not happen. They got eliminated. I like the Gun Sons. They should be on TV more. They seem to be more polished than all the other tag teams. Jungle Boy, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are over. I do believe they deserve a run as tag team champions one of these days. Matter of fact, I thought they were going to be the inaugural first AEW tag team champions. But we know what happened. Luchasaurus got injured, and that derailed the plans, I presume, on that. But the winners was Pac and Ray Phoenix, and they'll face the Young Bucks. I'm guessing soon for the AEW Tag Team Championships. So that's whatever. Then we had the AEW Women's Championship match. Akaroshida versus Ryo Mizunami. And this match was garbage. Probably Shida's worst match in AEW's history. This did not deserve to be on a pay-per-view. It just sucked. That's just what it is. It sucked. It wasn't good. Shida retains her title. At the end of the match, Nyla Rose attacks Shida and Ryo Mizunami. Maki Ito, Reba, Britt Baker all come out and attack Ryo Mizunami. And Akaroshida, Thunder Rosa to the save. So it's going to be Thunder Rosa, Akaroshida, and Ryo Mizunami versus Maki Ito, Britt Baker, and Nyla Rose this Wednesday on AEW Dynamite in a 6-woman tag. So it's whatever. Yeah, so that took the show down. That women's match. It really should have been Hikaru versus Thunder Rosa too, or it should have been Hikaru versus Britt Baker. That's really what should have been at Revolution. So this, like I said, Ryo Mizunami, I should never see her again, but she's gonna be there Wednesday, which means I'm not watching AEW. I guess this was time for the ladder match. Cody, Scorpio Sky, Lance Archer, Matt Caster. Who else? Who else was in this matchup? Oh, Pentagon Jr. and Ethan Page was a surprise for this ladder match. Good to see Ethan Page. But there's a ceiling for Ethan Page here in AEW. if he's under the Ethan Page character, all ego, um, he has a ceiling as being in the undercard but still being paid well. So if he's content with that, good for him. He gets a national TV exposure, good for him. But if he wants to be a top name, he should have went to NXT. That's just my opinion. Because there's already an archetype like him, and his name is MJF. So MJF is the priority on this show. As MJF has signed a long-term deal since last year with AEW, so they're in the long-term plans for MJF. There will be a war council between the inner circle, which means probably Jericho is probably going to be kicked out and MJF becomes the new leader. I have no problem with that. Jericho needs to take a break. He cannot keep up with the young guys no more. He's done what he needed to do for AEW, which make that AEW World Championship legitimate. So there's nothing else to prove for Jericho. He actually needs more help in the booking and the commentary more than anything, because the booking of these shows has been garbage. The booking of this pay-per-view was garbage. There's this ladder match. They really should have went to Lance Archer. Going into this, I didn't think Cody needed to be in this match because Cody, he's an executive vice president. He's Cody Rhodes. He shouldn't have to qualify, really, in a ladder match like this, really. And he just had a match with Shaq, and he went through a table, so he could have easily had a way out of this match if he didn't want to be in this matchup. You know what I'm saying? And the injury's legit in the shoulder, so you get what I'm saying? What was the point of being in this match? So we don't know how much damage he has on his shoulder. The man is 34 years old. He's the executive vice president, and you know, he should carry himself as such. You know what I'm saying? You work on the internal business of AEW. That's what you need to be working on, man. You really don't need to be doing all these hardcore stuff. People keep mentioning Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy's not executive vice president in WWE. So it's a different responsibility, which is why the Bucks and Omega and Cody need to make in their mind and rationalize within their mind: are you gonna be pro wrestlers or businessmen? Because every time you step in the ring, it's you're on a point to injury. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Every move you do in that ring is a risk for injury. Last time I checked, Kenny Omega still has the torn labrum, but he wants to put himself through death matches. An idiot. Last time I checked, one of the Young Bucks still have an injury in the leg. An idiot. Cody Rhodes had an injury coming in with his shoulder, going through that table with Shaq. An idiot. He could easily put another young star who could vie for that TNT championship. But who won this TNT opportunity was Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky, last time I heard from him on Dynamite last week, he said he had a torn meniscus. So why does he get an opportunity for a TNT championship? Go get the surgery, come back, and then get the opportunity. But I'm guessing he's probably going to get the title match, and then you write him off TV, which is whatever. So, Darby Allin versus Scorpio Sky is this Wednesday on AEW Dynamite for the TNT Championship. We had the big surprise. It was Christian Cage. He's now signed with AEW. I really thought Christian was going to be in WWE, but the contract negotiations did not fall through, or they didn't negotiate a contract. Probably most likely lesser money. Tony Khan said that Christian called him, said he wanted to come to AEW. Of course, probably paid more money than Vince was offering. Now, Christian is with AEW. Christian, there's a couple matches I want to see from him, but other than that, is he a big impact on AEW? He can be if they listen to him when it comes to a in-ring ability, psychology, so forth and so forth. Christian definitely can help you, even with promos, even with character. But will they listen? That's an issue. But for matches, how many matches do you want to see Christian Cage in? It seems like he's going to be on a full-time basis, or just like Edge's contract. So, there's about only 5 matches you can put Christian in that's going to be exciting. But other than that, there's not really matches that I see that stick out to me. Christian Cage and AEW, it's going to make a difference. So, but I guess I'm happy he's there. Hopefully he feels fulfilled. As long as he's fulfilled, you know what I'm saying, I'm happy for him. I just know that his TNA run, it was great, but he still wasn't fulfilled because he still didn't get that recognition from WWE. And it's the same trend now, even to the latter of his career. and he's gonna end it with in a company that he really just there for the money. Let's be honest, because he could have signed with WWE for less money. You know what I'm saying? And I guess went out with Edge, and they could have retired together most likely. But you know, as long as he's happy, that's all I care about for Christian Cage. They really need to stop overhyping these surprises. I think that's what was the concern. If Christian just appeared, they didn't hype anything up, it would have been actually a more benefactor. Same thing with Paul White. If they just didn't announce him and say they already signed him, it would have been a more shocker of a surprise. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's been a more beneficial than announcing the signings before you get them. So Christian is the big name. After that, what did we get here? Was it the street fight? I think it was a street fight. Darby Allin and Sting versus Team Taz, Brian Cage, and Ricky Starks in a tag team street fight. It was cinematic. This was very good. I love this match. My only concern was the winners of this match. Why Team Taz didn't win this match pissed me off. Because Team Taz has absolutely no momentum. Brian Cage has been a loser. Will Hobbs, he was a babyface for like 2 weeks and then you turned him heel. You know what I'm saying? So that didn't make any sense. Ricky Starks, he's been amazing. He did a great match against Cody when he came in. So Ricky Starks, he's just great at everything he does. But Team Taz needs the momentum more than Sting and Darby Allin, really. You know what I'm saying? And in this environment, you could have had Darby Allin and Sting lose because it was a street fight. Anything goes. It was basically a 4-on-2, handicap match. And Darby Allin and Sting still won. You know what I'm saying? A 60-year-old plus man and a midget beat Team Taz. Come on now. So that pissed me off. But excellent production of this cinematic match. I think it's been the best cinematic match, since the Boneyard match with The Undertaker and AJ Styles. And this is excellent. If Sting's going to continue wrestling on this capacity, I'll enjoy it because Sting, is not doing too much of damage. He looked great in the cinematic match, and if you're going to continue doing this, great. I don't think you do it every time, you know what I'm saying? And with AEW's pay-per-view schedule, it works because it'll be like 4 or 5 times a year, so it won't be overexposed with Sting doing the wrestling. That's that. What else we got here? We had... Was it main event time? It was main event time. Yes, it was. We had Kenny Omega versus Jon Moxley and a exploding barbed wire match. Coming into this, I said, why is Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega doing this? This is them that's having the idea to do this. Because Jon Moxley has an obsession with his own blood. You know what I'm saying? So, we knew someone was going to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, no one's been injured. It's confirmed by Tony Khan. Everybody's good. So, that's good to hear. Okay? But still, you really got to put yourself through that much trouble with the barbed wire, ripping your skin. You know what I'm saying? Ripping your pants and ripping through your back and all that type of stuff. But it was a good death match. I'll give it to them. They did their thing. Kenny Omega retains his title. In the end, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows come out with the attack with Omega on Moxley, handcuff Moxley, leave him in the ring for the ring to explode. Then Eddie Kingston comes out to cover Jon Moxley. Then the explode happened, and it was basically felt like sprinklers. And it wasn't really a kaboom like people thought it was going to be. And for me, I'm not mad at it. It was just basically a troll job. You know what I'm saying? They can add that to the storyline. Omega trolled you all when him created in the ring and so forth and so forth. So I'm not even mad. So, like I said, good match. I'm not mad at the finish, but Omega does need to lose that title. Oh yeah, one match I'm missing, the big money match. Matt Hardy versus Adam Hangman Page. Adam Hangman Page gets the victory over Matt Hardy. That was the best match of the night for me when it comes to wrestling wise. Matt Hardy worked on Adam Hangman Page's arm. It was a nice back and forth. We seen a slingshot, a lariat move, reversed into a side effect. The Dark Order attacked Private Party for getting involved. The Dark Order slingshotted Adam Hangman Page back onto the apron. Slingshot, lariat, 1, 2, 3. Adam Hangman Page gets the victory. Adam Hangman Page needed that more than anything. But where does Adam Hangman Page go from here? Is he going to be the leader of the Dark Order? Hurry up and make the results. And I think the booking of Adam Hangman Page has been horrendous. But I think in their mind, what they wanted to do was, it's supposed to be Brody Lee versus Adam Hangman Page. So since that had happened, they're confused with what the booking was. You get what I'm saying? And that just tells me they don't have plan B's in mind. You have a plan B, plan C in mind when it comes to pro wrestling. Because anything can happen in this business. You know what I'm saying? Especially if y'all knew about the man's condition months in advance. Especially the upper management of AEW should have had a plan B for Adam Hangman Page. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you want to make Adam Hangman Page the leader of the Dark Order, go ahead and make him the leader. Make it more serious group, if you can even do that, because they're a bunch of goofballs. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I prefer Adam Hangman Page solo and him getting in that World Championship within the next couple months, because he needs to take that thing from Omega, please. You know what I'm saying? And the Bucks need to lose their tag team titles. You know what I'm saying? To Proud and Powerful, and then the Bucks and Omega can win those trios titles they've been clamoring for to bring in. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have all these trios in AEW anyway. So that is that. What else we got here? That is AEW Revolution. Like I said, the first half was garbage. The second half was better. The street fight was cool. The ladder match was okay. I preferred Lance Archer to win that because Lance Archer needed to win the most. Cody did not need to be in there. He could just put another young guy. His excuse was he got injured in a sack match. Easy. Put another young guy who's willing to put their body on the line. You know what I'm saying? There's people who need to be in that TNT Championship picture. They need to fix their cards. Their tag team division is fine. They got a lot of tag teams. They got like 15, 20 tag teams in AEW. They need to fix that mid card because that TNT Championship, group can be very good. You got Ricky Starks, you got Matt Hardy, you got Adam Hangman Page, and a temporary, can vie for that TNT Championship. You got Eddie Kingston. You know what I'm saying? And after what we've seen at Revolution, it looked like Eddie Kingston and John Moxley might have an allegiance. You know what I'm saying? And they might win the tag team titles down the line, which I won't be upset about that. You know what I'm saying? But I think Proud and Powerful needs a title before John Moxley and Eddie Kingston, if you're going to pair those guys together. But if I were to have to rate AEW Revolution, I'd give it a 5. You know what I'm saying? I think a 5 is a good rating because it was half garbage, half good. That's literally what it was. The first half was garbage. The second half picked up and it was pretty good. I liked the ladder match. Ladder match was cool. Street fight was cool. Matt Hardy versus Adam Hangman Page. Omega and Moxley, the match was good. I prefer no more hardcore stipulations for at least a year from Moxley. Gotta think about your child coming, man. But decent pay-per-view. It wasn't a good pay-per-view. It was decent. But that is AEW Revolution. The booking needs to get better for AEW. They need to stop spoiling their surprises. Tony Khan spoke on the post-Revolution scrum. He said that there's a lot more surprises coming to AEW. I predict Okada and CM Punk will be coming down the line. He spoke about Big Swole being out of the tournament. She was dealing with Crohn's disease or something like that. So good that Big Swole is better, but I don't think Big Swole needs to be women's champion. That's just my personal opinion. I already spoke about Christian Cage. He should be regularly competing on AEW. Good for him. He can be a TNT Championship pitcher. He can be in the World Championship pitcher. It's all in the booking. Would they book him appropriately? I would think they would book him appropriately, especially how much money you're paying him. Like I said, the Bucks and Omega, they both need to lose their respective titles, and it needs to be better in a couple months. You know what I'm saying? Well, for the next month or two, those titles need to be gone from the waist of the Bucks and Omega. That's just what it is. Adam Hangman Page, MJF, need to be world champion. And then Proud and Powerful need to be tag team champions. The trios titles can go to the Bucks and Omega. There you go. As regards to everything else, Shida needs to drop her title immediately. I don't care to who it is for. Although not Big Swole, not Ryo Mizunami, Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker, and those are the only two that need to take the title from Shida right now. There's two built-in storylines already. Like I said, for Britt Baker, Shida broke your nose. You want revenge. With Thunder Rosa, she took Shida to the limit the first time they faced. Let's go round two. Easy booking. There you go. I'm saying Darby Allin needs to lose his title because he's not legitimizing nothing. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. He's a great asset to AEW. Absolutely. I think he's probably the guy who is not a WWE guy. One of the better homegrown talent that's getting over a lot of fanfare. He knows what he's doing for someone his size. But it's just not, it's not working for him being TNT championship for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? He's been TNT champion, what, two or 3 months? 1 more month, and that's fine with me. Then he needs to drop it. What else? I think I covered all the game on that. TNT champion, who should be the next TNT champion? You can give it to Matt Hardy. You build around Matt Hardy. He's a veteran. He knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to build around Matt Hardy, put another young guy. Give it to Ricky Starks. You know what I'm saying? Ricky Starks knows what he's doing. He was NWA TV champion. You know what I'm saying? So he knows what he's doing. He learned from Nick Aldis, the Rock and Roll Express, etc., etc. So he knows. He just has it. He got it. So that's what I'll do. That's AEW for you. Am I reviewing AEW Wednesday? Probably not. I will review NXT because it seems like a big show. NXT has Io Shirai versus Toni Storm, Finn Balor versus Adam Cole, Kaden Carter versus Xia Li. We have big announcements from William Regal, and that is NXT for Wednesday. I think Dynamite will have Matt Jackson versus Rey Fenix. We already know how that match is probably gonna go. The War Summit of the Inner Circle. Darby Allin versus Scorpio Sky. And something else. But that is that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Peace. I'm done.